Good morning, everyone. It is Alexi J. McDonald here from Above and Beyond Reality. Welcome to our Conscious Conversations interview series with PSYCH-K facilitators from all around the world. Today, I am joined with my friend Joanne Mercier from Wellbeing, Energy and Balance. Joanne, welcome. How are you today?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your story and sharing your love with us. It's very, very beautiful that we can do this. And thank you so much to technology, a little bit of moment of gratitude to technology to allow us to have these conversations from the other side of the world. You're in Ontario, Canada, so that's literally the other side of the world.
It is.
How's the weather there today?
It is very cold, and we had snow today.
Ah, beautiful. We love snow.
Yep.
It's the opposite here today. It's 38 degrees. It is very hot out there. So perhaps you could start by just sharing your story. What were you doing before your PSYCH-K came into your life, and how did PSYCH-K come to you?
Okay. I've been doing massage energy work for years, many years. I always looked for anything to grow. I did workshops, many kinds of workshops. My goal was to be happy and to be free. And so I love to learn. And one day I was listening to Bruce Lipton, and at the end of the video, he was mentioning PSYCH-K, and I thought, wow, is it possible to access your subconscious mind? If it is, I want to know about this right now. And this is how I discovered PSYCH-K.
Wonderful. So you were reading Biology of Belief, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the video, the YouTube video I watched.
Yeah, I watched that exact same YouTube video. So I think so many people have come to it through, again, technology. Thank you so much. The age of information. But Bruce Lipton, just sharing that video on YouTube, and Rob Williams, it's transformed so many lives just from watching a 1-hour video.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
He's awesome. Both of them are awesome people.
Yeah, great. And so how was your first workshop experience? Maybe you could explain a little bit about that to us.
Yes, my first workshop, first of all, when I got there, I felt very like I was going to a funeral home. This is weird. I was in a hotel room in Philadelphia, and I was feeling like anxious, and I thought, my God, what's going on? And I'm very sensitive. So when I got there, I felt like a part of me was dying, I guess, because I felt like I was going to a funeral home. That's the feeling I had inside. And the first day, the first balance, they asked for a volunteer, and I went, me, always good to work with a teacher. And the first thing, I had such an experience, a huge experience, and I was laughing and I was crying, and I didn't want it to stop. I was high. So that was my experience. It's not the same for everybody. They don't always have such an experience, but I was ready. I was just ready to have something huge, and it happened. Do
you remember what that was that you changed?
The first, did you ask about what was the statement?
Yeah.
The statement was, it is easy and fun for me to change.
Oh, wow.
Of course, it hasn't been easy and fun, but and after that, oh my God, that was the start of my journey with PSYCH-K.
Yeah.
Beautiful journey.
So you said that was about 5 years ago, was it?
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Would you say that since then, in that 5 years, since that balance, and again, for those who are watching, a balance is changing a belief, a subconscious belief. When we call it a balance, we're balancing the hemispheres of the brain, integrating the hemispheres of the brain so that both hemispheres are perceiving information simultaneously. Just a little side note. Would you say that change has been fun and easy from you since then?
Well, to be honest, not always very easy, but much easier than before.
Yeah.
Because since I had things happen in my life, but it's easier in a way that I know that it is just for now and I can balance. And every time something happens, something comes up in my life, it's always an occasion for me to balance it.
Mm.
So it's, yes, there's a lot of change since 5 years ago. I don't want to go back there, even if, no, I'm changing all the time, and it's easier all the time, and it's great.
Yeah, I know. For me, we still hit up against our resistance. We still hit the outer limits of ourselves. And when I do, sometimes it's not easy. It is, but then like if I sit there for a week or whatever, or however long it is that I'm sort of in that state of not wanting to change and resisting it, the internal voice is always still. I know that whenever it is that I'm ready to change, that I have what I need to be able to change, which is so empowering, because sometimes life does throw us in a spin. And if we don't have that in our repertoire to actually change what's going on, it can be quite scary. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But
totally.
we have a great tool now. That's huge.
Yeah,
Before I didn't have it.
yeah,
Hmm. And to work alone on yourself, you don't always need to go somewhere. You could do it on your own. That's the
yeah,
beauty of it.
yeah. I always encourage anybody who I work with to. I always say, look, this is something you should do the workshop first and foremost, because to have
Mhm.
this as a life skill, the only thing we can guarantee on in life is that everything's going to change, and to be able to keep updated with that change is super
Mhm.
important.
Mhm.
So you use
Yes.
this professionally now? You use PSYCH-K in conjunction with other modalities too still?
Yes, I do. After the first workshop, I started to do sessions with clients right
Hmm.
away because I was so excited. So I talked about that, and some people were open. If you're not open, it's fine. But uh, some people tried it, and of course, I did not have the experience I have now. But still, I was able to help them to the best of my knowledge at the time. Now I do a lot of the transformation of perception of stress, even before a statement. It clears the air. Then it's easy to do the statement. It's amazing, just amazing.
And it's a very verifiable process, is the transforming perception of stress. I did it with a fella last night who we were just having a conversation, and I was sort of telling him a little bit about PSYCH-K, and I just said, would you like to try that? And it was around grief. He had a friend of his who had passed, and it was a traumatic experience for him. And my favorite moment is by the end of the process, they're just looking at me and like, I don't even know what I used to feel anymore. I don't know where it's gone. What is that? That's my yes moment. You've got it.
Exactly. Yes,
That's beautiful. It's
it
so
is.
great. It's such a beautiful process to be involved in and helping people, because sometimes they've been stuck in that for years, decades even.
Mhm.
Um,
And it doesn't mean it takes longer to balance, even though it's from the childhood or something that happened the week before.
yeah.
It's minutes.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for sharing that. That it's true. It doesn't matter how long we've had this for.
No.
So, maybe, do you have any anecdotal evidence, any sort of any experiences of your personal or anyone that you've been working with that you might be able to share, just so that the people listening can get an understanding of what it is, that the before and after for people?
Okay. If I work with someone, for example, I would ask them what they want to change, what they're going through, what's happening in their life, what they want. That's always the to start. And sometimes they just want to feel good. They're depressed, or if they don't know exactly what it is, I try to narrow it down to know the cause. And to give you an example, it's hard to give you an example. I'll give you an example. My niece, for example, she came to work with me, and she wanted to work on her allergies.
Mm.
And even though I didn't do health and well-being, I worked with her, and she was in a balance, and she was allergic to cats. And I have cats, and we work in the kitchen because she was family. So during the balance, she was working on something else. My cat jumped on her, And I said to her, I can move her away if you want. She said, no, let her. She wants to heal me. And she was in the balance like this. And she finished the balance. That had nothing to do with the cat. And after that, she told me that she had, as a young child, she had asthma. And her parents told her that she was allergic to cats. She couldn't have any teddy bear, no dust in the house, no plants, no this, because of asthma. So when she remembered in the balance that when she was a little girl, she played with cats. So she wasn't allergic. But she believed she was because her parents told her that.
Wow.
So in the balance, she realized she wasn't allergic because of this memory. And since then, she hugs cats, she kisses them and everything. She's not allergic to cats. So that's, I don't know if it's a good example.
That's a great example.
Anyway, she said, she posted it on Facebook. Hey, I'm not allergic to cats anymore. But she never was, really. It was just a belief. So that's one that comes to my mind now, but there's so many.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for sharing that. And it's a good one, because a lot of us do have allergies, and often the allergy is the result of something else, or something so simple as your parents saying that. And we'll just take a moment now just to make that disclaimer again, that all we're doing is changing the subconscious beliefs and perceptions. It's not a cure. We're not claiming to heal anything or cure anything. We're just changing purely what we believe about that situation in our life, or that condition, as we like to say. And it is so simple. Sometimes it can be that simple.
Yes, and it is for the client or the person who experienced this, it opens up doors. Like they could see, like for my niece, she saw that she wasn't allergic, but sometimes during a balance, it is possible to remember where this come from, a belief, like suppose that you're afraid of something, and then you could have flashback of what caused that. So it's consciousness, and consciousness is a way to heal and change your belief.
Yeah.
To change.
Yeah.
To see what's there really. And so
it's amazing. It really is. And I honor the people, the power in our partners to create, because there's no power in us. There's no power in PSYCH-K. It's 100% within the individual wanting to change and wanting to create a different experience for themselves.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay. So moving forward, like what's on the plan for you next year? It's a whole new decade next year. What do you see happening in your life, Joanne, for well-being, energy, and balance?
I can feel and see expansion with my clients and with my work. Something it's more of a feeling than just a wish. Okay. Yeah, more psyche, more traveling a bit, or not. I don't want to teach. I'm not a teacher, but I like to help people. And
I agree with you. Being of service is so rewarding. And again, we've said this so many times. We're so grateful to be able to see somebody come in and they're either struggling with an emotional trauma or something that's happened in their past, or somebody who's triggering them, a family member, a boss, a partner, anything like that. To be involved and just being a participant and allowing that space for them to change it's truly great, truly amazing. And I'm so forever grateful. It was actually PSYCH-K's birthday just yesterday. 31 years. 31 years been around. Were you aware of that?
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So we're getting stronger. We're getting stronger.
Stronger, freer, happier. Many of my clients they're women, and I often work with women who suffer from sexual abuse.
Okay, cool.
All kinds of sexual abuse, like young or not as young, and they open up. They sit in my office and they say, I was abused sexually. And I said, well, since they tell me, I said, do you want to work on it? Do you want to balance that? And PSYCH-K is a great way to heal that part. Because this is huge. It ruins your life, and it rules your life when something like that happened to you.
Yeah. And I can imagine there would be so many women suffering in silence because it's something that has been shamed so much, and it's not on. So if anybody is listening and you've experienced that, please reach out to Joanne, because it will go. The emotional response and the box that we put ourselves in to protect ourselves, it does just dissolve. So if you've experienced that, please reach out to Joanne. She will be able to help you in a very, very big way. I love it.
Yes. During the balance, it goes worse before it gets better, but it's just moments, and it's just minutes, and it's so worth to free ourselves from these experiences and memories and emotion. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for doing that work. It's something that's, I mean, obviously it hasn't happened to me. I'm not a female or anything like that. I haven't experienced that, but it's a terrible experience, and it's so disempowering, and it really does affect every aspect of your life. Not just sexually, any sort of emotional abuse that we experience as a child. And we don't have to accept that that's going to be our life for the rest of our life. We can change that. We can experience life to its fullest, and we can be loved. We are worthy of love. It's just
That's
changing what we believe about ourselves. So thank you so much for sharing that, Joanne. Just before we sign off, I like to sort of just ask, I know I haven't prepared you for this, but what would be one tip, one life piece of life advice, or a takeaway for anybody who's watching, something you live by that you could share?
Me, because I'm the type of person who wants to be free and happy, and I'm not afraid to go and dig in the emotion and everything. I would tell anybody that to look at the problem or the situation and take it as a reminder that it is there for us to grow and to change, and there's ways, and it's possible. And in my life, if anything happened, a little something, a memory that made me sad when I was a kid, I go there and say, oh really? And I test if I still hold this negative energy in my field, and if I do, I balance. I want to be free, and the people that want to be free, there's a way. It's possible, and it's possible to be happy, and we don't have to live that way in the suffering and everything. Whatever happened, it's there. It's a lesson, and it's and also there's always a gift of a big bad experience like rape or whatever. That's the other side. When we heal that part, there's always a gift, and we get the gift only when we heal. So it's healing is the key. Healing is the key to be fulfilled and happy.
Wonderful. So, thank you so much for sharing that. So for anybody who is watching, how could they find you, Joanne?
They could find me on my website. All over the world. It's www.wellbeingenergy.com.
Cool. I'll post that in the comments when I post up the video. Are you on Facebook as well? Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, I do. It's Wellbeing, Energy, and Balance on Facebook. You could get to my Facebook page from my website very easily. Excellent.
Awesome. Great. So for anybody who's been watching, if you resonate with anything that Joanne said, please reach out to her. We have so many different facilitators all around the world, and we have different people attracting into our businesses. So if anything that has been said today resonates with you, please reach out. Change is possible, and it is at your fingertips if you wish to have it. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us today, Joanne. It's been absolutely lovely communicating and having a chat with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so it's Alexi J. McDonald here from Above and Beyond Reality, signing out from our Conscious Conversations interview series. Thank you so much again, Joanne. And thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys all on the next episode. Peace.
Thank you.
Cool.